Right, here we are, my Discus. I've now actually been in the tank for just, actually it's near enough to the day actually, I think 3 months. And as you can see, they have dramatically grown. Go back a little bit. Kind of good news, my little one, maybe he's at the back now, has grown a little bit. I know these have dramatically increased in size, but now he's actually starting to eat the primer, and I managed to do it by incorporating the primer with the frozen, and he's actually started to like it at long last. Or maybe he just took a little bit longer to settle in now, I don't know. But no, they all seem to be all happy and munching about and growing and developing their colours, as you can see from my earlier ones. I'm a little bit doubtful now whether actually I've got any pigeon blood, but maybe that little one might be, but well, we'll have to see anyway. It's not a major thing. Like I said, for the price, they were outstanding value, so yeah, I can't grumble too much. And I think, as you can see, that one is a blue diamond. But no, I wanted to film this at this sort of stage, pull back, is because as they've grown faster than I anticipated them to do, I'm going to have to do some changes in there at the weekend. Today is Thursday, so I'm afraid this comes sooner than I expected. I expected it to be nearly sort of August time, but I'm going to have to lose my spiderwood. I know it's lovely, I don't want to, but if I leave them any longer, it's going to be a nightmare trying to get that out. So I want to do it when they're this sort of size, rather than make life a bit easier. Even that, I'm not looking forward to doing it, because my biggest one now is, I'll say, is not too far off, about 10 centimetres. He isn't out in my face. He was out in my face a few minutes ago, but no, my little one, I know he's still not greatly sort of big, but he's getting there. It's surprising actually, my biggest ones are actually the red turquoise. Here he is there, that one. My red turk. He seems to be the biggest one. Well, I said if they're all his size, I dread taking that out, but hopefully it's going to be painless. And what I will end up putting in, I know I've left, sorry about these guys for a minute, left this just to go a bit fallow, as they say, but obviously I have to take 90% of my plants out, except obviously for my Amazon saw, which is now finally taken off. And then I'll get some more Vallis and scatter it all across everything, everywhere, to give them like a grassy sort of meadow, and let them run to how they want to run. No, they seem okay. They are starting now to jibber jabber each other about. I call it that, but you know, which I know is sort of normal. But the old Blue Diamond one does like to sleep right under this wood, but I know they're not going to like me for it when it does eventually come out. But it's something that has to be done, that I've got to cater for their needs, and their needs to be more space. I know I did say that I was going to not have the next video with the air on, but I did. I'm having to increase the oxygen in there because they're depleting the oxygen levels in there. I did have a slight problem a couple of weeks ago which scared the heck out of me, and as a result I'm afraid I did lose about 3 or 4 cardinals in the process of it. Basically when I'd done a water change on the Wednesday, come to the evening, I knocked out my timer for the air. The air didn't come on. I didn't notice for an hour. All my tetras were at the top. One of my Discus, which I thought was going to lose, which I think is this one here, the snakeskin one, was at the top looking all milky-fied and not right. And as a result of me, literally within 3 minutes of me adjusting, resetting the timer and the clock on my timer, it was just painful just watching one card would drop off dead, another drop off dead, and it was like, oh my, you know, I panicked like mad thinking, is everything's gone wrong, what the heck's happening in there? I think it was just that I depleted the oxygen levels, and now I've extended it a little bit more, so it does run all the way through the night and right up until 5 minutes or something like that, until the light comes on. You'll have it come on like 1 o'clock all the way to 5 o'clock, and then come on 5 minutes after the light goes off, which is at 7 o'clock. Obviously UK time. No, so I want to see if I can get more plants in there. And I mean, the plant fertilizer that I use, there's a JBL one which is good and that, but I've just researched into another one which actually is like liquid CO2, because the little problem I had when I had once before putting CO2 in there is that, obviously a DIY version type of it, I'm paying out silly money for the canisters ones, because obviously it made my carbonate hardness drop, which, you know, I want it to be as high-ish as possible. In there at the moment it's, well, it only varies really between 6 or 7, and sometimes I have sort of tested it and it has been 5, but I don't want it to drop to like 3 or something like that, because yeah, there's a risk of then a pH drop, which I don't want. So obviously talking to people in the fish place and that, going back a few years when I first started going into them, is like, just simplify it, don't bother having it, you know, just put every now and again the theropod, I think it is called, or theropod, which I had been doing like once a month or something like that, but not only just a little tickle, as they say, just to give the plants a little bit of iron and stuff. But no, this other one's supposed, well, I can't remember the name of it top of my head. I only was looking online briefly about it, and people gave good reviews. And the other thing actually it said it does help with is, I'm getting a little, well, it's not a lot, it'll cribble too much, is this little bit of black algae there, black hair algae, which is supposed to help deplete that, as they say, but obviously if I've got to get the oxygen level up in there, but obviously I just have to keep the air on, which as a substitute I am hopefully wanted to get another air pump as well as a standby, because, you know, maybe it's just me panicking. If anything did happen to my air pump, which is my Tetra Tech one, I mean, it's only, I think, up to 150 litre tank. I might get the next one, sort of thing, and then, well, we'll see. I might have like a big dish under where the wood is here, and I'm going to put another bit of bog, which I've had once before, in there, which sort of stands up, sort of thing, and attach, well, cut a load of Anubis, or maybe try and take that one off, as they say, or whatever, or take some cuttings from that, attach that onto it, and of course leave it to go, leave it to nature take its course. But we'll have to see how things go. But no, I might see about trying that liquid fertiliser. No, I'm just be guessing at the name. It did sort of crop in or something. But no, thank you for watching, and like I said, I'll keep going. Obviously I'll do a next one, another time when everything's all changed in there. Hopefully all these guys will be happy and with what I've done, but Discus are funny things. They don't like change, but hopefully with them all together and that, it might stop a little and jibber jabber for a week or so, but we'll have to see. But like I said, they're all doing healthily well. So, if you've got any comments or anything, please leave them, and I'll update the next video fairly soon. Thank you.